Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the Star Ladder I-League Invitational Season 3. We're here, we've done it, we've gone the gambit, and it's going to be the grand finals as we move in Navi versus Team Spirit. I'm Lyrical, joined as well by Aosin, and this is not the teams I was expecting to be here, but after having seen them grow and play as a team together, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of both of them. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm really curious to see what Navi bring to the table because Team Spirit, they're sticking to their guns. This is the tried and true Lich and Brewmaster in the offlane.
Yeah, frustrating to play against. You are not only not going to be able to right-click people, but on top of that, even when you do right-click people, you're going to also have to deal with Frost Armor. Very frustrating combination. And then in response, it's going to be the Necrophos from Navi. That was... kind of an interesting... It was actually Spartak that ran the Necro last time around, wasn't it?
Yes. And we all saw what happened in that game.
It was not the best. It was a little bit rough, but maybe Navi feeling like they can do it better themselves. Take the Night Stalker. It's actually a ban of the Lycan for them, which was kind of the counter that we saw some teams try and do. And of course, the other big thing to talk about, both Nature's Prophet and IO banned out. I really like these bans from Navi. It feels like it's targeted at Team Spirit.
Earth Shaker.
Yeah, definitely. Both sides having quite a bit of time to do their research and watch what kind of heroes they've been playing, what kind of lineups they've been running. So things are going to have to change in this matchup.
For sure. Earth Spirit also going to, or Earth Shaker, excuse me, going to be taken now with the Clockwork ban and the Enchantress. That is so far two separate Roger hero bans, even though there's the Night Stalker that's already in the pool. So a little bit curious there. I guess that they're expecting that this could be a general Night Stalker then.
Yeah, definitely. One of the heroes that's kind of rarely run in the offlane, but it has been done a couple times. I think the last one I saw was MSS playing the Night Stalker in the offlane. They actually go for somewhat of a carry build, a right-click build. And, I mean, if you get off to a good start, you actually do so much damage if you... once it hits nighttime because of all that bonus attack speed.
Yeah. And then, you know, the early movement around that 4-minute mark. Maybe you can find some kills around supports looking for the runes or what have you. On the other side, it's going to be the Seneko Disruptor that's going to be paired together with the Night Stalker. We, again, don't know necessarily. This could still be Roger playing it, if that's something that they wanted to do, but Team Spirit at least is more afraid of those other heroes that Roger has been playing recently. I guess that it also could have been a general ban out on the Clockwork also. But it feels like this is, again, fitting within the theme that Navi saw them go for last time, shutting down the vision. And in response, Team Spirit going to take a Monkey King, another hero that offers that. Whoa! There we go. All right, it's happening, baby.
Yeah, you were talking about Roger's Enchantress getting banned out. I think Team Spirit are onto them. They know that there is that potential, and despite that, they're going to go for the Chen. Looks like General is going to be on the Night Stalker.
This, to me, feels like it is now quite a strong and cohesive draft from Navi. You have this Necro that's going to be kind of this engine that allows them to siege, with the Chen creeps being that big meat shield up front and center, Disruptor to send people back when they come to TP to defend. So even split pushing doesn't necessarily end up becoming the best answer because you might not even have your heroes there to defend against it. Do you think Team Spirit has what it takes to deal with the push as it stands so far?
Once again, this is one of those things where it's like you don't have the wave clear. It's not not really good at all. You have the Fissure, you have Monkey King perhaps, but I don't think Monkey King wants to use his cooldown just for that. So there's no wave clear, but there is a we're gonna fight you at the tower type of lineup here. So if they do decide to defend towers, it's gonna be off the back of a team fight rather than we're gonna shove out every single wave with abilities.
Yeah, now they're taking a couple bans out there, the other heroes that might be a problem. It looks like they're expecting this to be a crystallized Necro. I'm sure that Dendi can play Necro as well. Do you have a way that you, or a certain preference for either style? I guess it depends on like what other hero you want. So what is it that Navi is missing from this draft right now?
I actually hope they take Juggernaut right now. Simply because I think Juggernaut he's decent against the Necrophos, but like with the kind of lineup they have right now, I think if you pick a Jug, it's like a very old school lineup, but between your healing ward, the Chen ultimate, as well as the Necrophos heals, it is really difficult to do enough damage to win these team fights.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and they have this Brewmaster, which offers much more control than damage out of the off lane. Sometimes you would end up seeing something like a Darkseer or what have you that ends up giving that extra bit of damage with the Ion Shell and, of course, setting up the attacks. But Team Spirit, they're going to need to address that in the last pick as well. And if Navi preempt it by taking some extra heals, could be an issue. The other route to go is maybe something that sort of pushes out the side lanes when there could be split pushing or wave clearing going on. So like something like an Ember or a Tinker or stuff like that. But we'll have to wait and see what Navi want to go for. One last pick now. And they're taking their time with it.
I also like the Jug pick just because they don't exactly have the greatest of right-click damage, so Juggernaut somewhat fulfills that. Also, a pretty good follow-up to a Necrophos ultimate. You could always just buy Blink on Necrophos and immediately find the Brewmaster, just ult him, and then drop your Jug ulti on him as well, potentially taking him out of the fight before he can actually split in these engagements.
Yeah. You know the other one, got a Pudge, Fountain Hook. There we go. It's back. If Navi are back, maybe Fountain Hooking is back.
Fountain Hooking hasn't worked in like... When did they patch it out? It's been so many years, I don't even remember when it happened.
It was like around the early TIs, I'm sure. I don't know when exactly, but you know, you gotta bring it back every now and then.
Back when you were like what, 7 years old?
Yeah, definitely 5 years ago. Okay, last pick. Here it is. It's going to be a Mirana. So doesn't really check the box we were talking about, but the Broodmother as the last pick instantly from Team Spirit. They knew what they wanted. DK Phobos. He's a monster on this guy.
So this is going to be Iceberg on the Brewmaster, not DK Phobos. Interesting.
Wow.
Dendi is going to be on that Mirana. I definitely did not expect a Mirana pick, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Personally, I'm not a big fan of it, but she's kind of like a all-rounder type of hero, so you know, as long as you get your levels, you get your farm, you're going to be effective. So not much in terms of synergy, but you know, you're there to dish out damage.
Well, last pick was the Brood. You talked about the Mirana. It's, you know, the damage that they have. This Phobos Brood, is it going to keep Chen in one lane, or how much of an issue do you think it's going to be, like, running at the Necrophos? Is Crystallize going to be able to stay okay in that lane?
Yeah, I think Necrophos actually does fine against the Brood. You can always Ghost Shroud away and, you know, heal up. And I think it only takes like 2 death pulses.
Oh. FNG just TP'd to his Ancient.
Oh.
He misclicked, so they don't have wards down early. We'll see if that ends up being an issue. I wonder if they wanted to try and like block out camps or something.
I don't know if that's actually him misclicking. Apparently, I heard that this is a bug currently.
Really?
Yeah, and apparently it's been a bug since TI and it has not been fixed yet.
Do you know what the bug entails, what the issue is with it?
I think from the thread, apparently, like, if you TP too quickly, what ends up happening is that you end up TPing either to the completely wrong place or you end up TPing to your Ancient. There was actually a replay of this bug happening at TI. It was OG against C9, and both AUI and Jerax both TP'd to the incorrect locations.
Oh my god. That's
so I'm gonna have to assume that this bug still exists.
Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, FNG was still able to get his ward down up here on the high ground.
Oh, arrow.
Monkey King in trouble. ILTW, he's taking a lot of damage. Look at the damage coming in from the Chen. He's got that. I mean, he's got the
no armor.
He's got the Blightstone. Oh my god. First blood drawn by General. Navi off to a hot start early.
I'm kind of surprised Monkey King didn't even skill tree dance. I kind of expected him to at least attempt to make it out by running away long enough to dance or to jump onto trees, but not going to make it out there. And like you said, that Blightstone on Chen, -2 armor on a hero that has 1 armor. I mean, you're going to take so much right-click damage.
Yeah. Roger now should be able to make it over and pick up a creep for himself. It's going to be a Centaur, so not the best one in the world. And in the meantime, FNG is going to try and soak up experience. He talked about the Brewmaster. He actually is going to be going bot still, and it's DK Phobos who's playing mid against Dendi.
Yeah, they're going to switch up the lanes because DK Phobos is pretty much their Broodmother player. And I guess they wanted this matchup for the Brood.
It's kind of interesting. I think that they just wanted to run Brood mid no matter what it was, since like they didn't even take time to check that there was a Mirana pick since it was instant. And as far as like mid Brood versus a Mirana, it's not something we see all that often. Do you have any ideas of how this might work out as the sort of game wears on?
Oh, Brood is gonna win this matchup. Like, what are you supposed to do as a Mirana against all the Spiderlings? There's actually nothing you can do. So either Dendi has a decent time and manages to farm and not die, or DK Phobos just outfarms him, or even potentially manages to kill him. Oh, sentry battles going on.
Well,
DK Phobos actually holding onto 2 sentries, so he's going to get rid of that one.
also had the Tango. I think that this one didn't end up being able to get taken quickly enough. Chen, Roger, he's going to pick up a Dark Troll Summoner now. If they wanted, they could think about moving mid with this. It is only the early levels, so Phobos still struggling a little bit in terms of CS, but as you said, the spiders are going to be the big issue as this matchup wears on.
My thrift rewarded. A gift from the tempest of battle.
Well,
all right. Roger is making life so hard for FNG. He's just following this Earthshaker, and Earthshaker isn't really able to do anything. And not to mention, you know, Night Stalker with a Chen against a Monkey King. This Monkey King is going to have a rough time. Look how much damage he
might
takes.
end up taking some extra bits here. Like you were talking about, that Blightstone Chen. The one plus side is that he can get close to the tower and get the extra armor from that, but yeah, he is really struggling. Still has 5 tangos, though. As Dendi forced to retreat back to the lane. They're swapping it up, and they want to put the Necro against DK Phobos instead.
Yeah, this is the matchup that you want for if you're Navi right now. You don't want anyone else except for the Necro against this Brood. Otherwise, you don't have an answer for the... Oh, Crystallize? He's getting too close to the tower. What?
Where was this?
Mid lane.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't see that at all. I was like... I was thinking Crystallized safe lane, but he just ended up walking into tower?
He walked into Death Pulse to CS, and he actually walked into tower range, and then because he used Death Pulse, all the Spiderlings no longer phase, so they blocked him in, and he just took so much damage.
Holy crap. Well, that's a pretty nifty little combo there, and they end up taking down the Necro early on. Things looking okay for Team Spirit. FNG.
I feel bad.
Go for it.
I feel... Oh, bottom lane. Viper's going to go down. Dendi. I was going to say I feel really bad for Crystallized because he's the only one who can handle this matchup, but he came at the worst time possible. He was level 2 versus a level 4 Broodmother. He just walked in and pretty much died. Like, you have to be on the same level if you want to have a good matchup against the Broodmother, but if you're behind this many levels, I mean, what are you supposed to do? Your Death Pulse isn't even high enough level to kill off the Spiderlings.
Yeah. They're trying to chase down Corrido here and are going to be able to get the clap in a second, which should slow him enough. I think they're looking for the net, able to catch, and this should be the kill. General picks it up. But look at the Crystallized mid. Yeah, you're talking about the DK Phobos is level 5 and just dominating this lane.
Yeah, the one nice thing right now is that this mid lane is like a complete disaster right now, but at least they're doing well in the other lanes right now. Dendi was able to secure himself a kill in the bottom lane, and this off lane is doing extremely well. This Monkey King is not having a good time. General is just ruining his lane with the help of Roger. Roger is just being a nuisance to Team Spirit right now.
Well, and Monkey King is still getting good CS, but it's more just that like the Night Stalker is going to be able to cause a lot of issues. And I mean, you take a look at the net worth right now. He is a little bit behind also. So
look at this mid lane. Crystallize just tried to walk into lane, and he lost half his life just by eating Spiderling. What? Look at this.
He is maybe gonna end up dying.
He's dead.
Well, DK Phobos showing the power of Broodmother. Still a hero. Very well done. So what do you do at this point? Like level 6 Brood, it doesn't feel like anybody on the map can deal with her.
There really is no good way of dealing with her right now. like, in order for you to do enough damage, you would need Dendi to Starstorm, but Starstorm is not enough damage to kill off the entire wave of spiders, and you can't exactly spam it all the time. Look how much damage it does, and then he just runs them away.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yep, ends up missing the second Starstorm now, and in the meantime, while we're watching that, Roger ends up killing LTW top. All right, my camera work is garbage right now. I apologize, everybody. We're gonna get it. It'll be fine. Next one will be good.
It's okay. It happens, you know. You got to keep an eye on this brood.
That's for sure. Oh, Biver, he's gonna end up running into Snako, and we're able to catch him out. This should be a kill, maybe, possibly. Enchant Totem, and he's gone.
Navi are going to have to do very well in these other lanes in order for them to kind of deal with this Broodmother, because this Broodmother is definitely going to be a big problem for them as this continues.
Oh, and it's like the tier 1 tower taken at 6 minutes in. Granted, like, you know, it is a Broodmother, and there are issues sometimes with this hero falling off in the later stages, but I don't know, there's been a lot of changes to Brood recently where I feel like she's more capable of going late game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. A lot of that is thanks to the talents that she has. Her talents are incredibly strong for a right-click Broodmother. But one thing to keep note of is the amount of farm that General is able to get, because like this off lane, with the help of Roger, they found the Monkey King.
Yeah, they knew.
He thought he could hide. Yeah, not gonna happen. Very
Meanwhile,
well
down here in the bottom lane, they have Crystallized and Snako getting ran on, and it looks like with the Moonlight Shadow they will be able to do it. But the other thing is that we have a very heavy push coming in from Navi. This is 2 catapults. Roger able to steal the Dire catapult, and they're going to TP in absolutely everybody, and I don't think that they're going to find anybody either. Roger, yeah, they don't have any way to catch him.
There's a Boundless Strike.
He's
They're going to find him. They see him, but yeah, they're not going to use it. I don't think the stun is long enough for them to catch up anyways. It's only 0.8 seconds, so. But this tower is already down. Tier 2 is down. It's 7 minutes.
So there is the heavy Brood push, but there's also the heavy Chen push. This game might not last all that long, depending on how it goes. Do you think this is a game where it's worth it for Dendi to get an Ag Scepter so that way he can clear out the spiders, or does it not come quick enough?
This sustains for the dead.
That's a tough one. I think you do still, because they do need someone who can deal with this Brood, and I think Dendi is the only one who's capable of doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, but it depends also on how well Crystallize is able to catch up. I think if he's able to catch up, then with the help of Veil, you actually have enough damage to kill off most of the spiders with 1 Death Pulse.
Okay, fair enough. So 8.5 minutes in, it is tier 2 tower taken in the top lane. Where's this Chen gonna head to next? That's the other big question. Looks like Roger is going for a wraparound here. They have Dark Troll Summoner, Centaur Conqueror, Hellbear Smasher. They just need to find the Brood, and it looks like they're trying to bait out Dendi right now.
Oh, they know where he is.
Yeah, DK Phobos is doing a good job of this. Can they actually get there? Darkness, nighttime, dust is there. They found Phobos, but they can't do anything to stop it, and well, the clap for the spiders. The vision to turn it around. Roger,
there's a lot of spiders.
Nowhere left to go. They do take some of those spiders, but they ended up losing the Chen, and well, I don't know if it's really going to end up being worth it at the end of the day.
Well, the thing is, while this Broodmother is incredibly scary, Navi are still doing very well for their side links. The only one who is really suffering greatly is this Necrophos. Crystallize is going to be needing some time to actually catch up. It's a good start that he's not dead here, and well, if they manage to kill off Iceberg, this is a huge catch up for him, and they're going to get him.
The power of General. 4 points in Void, and they are able to make that happen. Maybe we end up seeing a chase down here in the mid lane as well as Dendi is getting ran at, but the Moonlight Shadow keeps him alive, and he has a leap as well. Things get too testy. Guys, he's gotta be so careful. All right, yeah, he's maybe gonna end up dying. Leap, does he have another web? Not quite, but with the Monkey King coming in, Dendi eventually going to be brought down.
And a regen for DK Phobos.
Yeah. They definitely need this Brood to keep up the dominance. It's the most powerful hero on the map by far right now, but it's still Navi who can put themselves in a position maybe to take some more towers here.
Snakeo's almost level 6. They're gonna glimpse him. Is this gonna be enough? There's a Neko coming in, but a great block from FNG.
Crystallize makes his way around though. The arrow, it's gonna connect, and this should be a kill. They get the Reaper Scythe off at the very end.
You taste your own rotting tongue.
Despite getting the Reapers off, Earthshaker is still up in like 20 seconds. Doesn't take very long for him to respawn, being only level 4 right now.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, like you said, Team Spirit, they're very reliant on this Brood to pretty much carry them until the rest of the team is able to come online right now, because none of them are too threatening right now.
Oh, Static Storm is available, but I think Seneco's going to end up dying. Maybe, possibly. Can they get him out of here? Lots of damage. The spiders are still chasing, and Dendi, he's going to almost be able to keep him alive. Seneco's still taking those little hits, and 14 HP. He gets away. My God. The 7, actually.
Night Stalker almost has the Hand of Midas as well. Definitely help out his farm.
See if Roger is able to get in a position to take this catapult over. He is, so this might be a movement to actually finally take that tower, as he does have a couple of the pushing creeps as well as that little chain lightning one.
This Chen pick is doing a lot of work for Navi right now. I think like, oh, he's going to leap in. They find Roger.
Bruce Split is there as well. Roger, he's going to end up going down. Hand of God, not enough to keep him alive, I don't believe. But maybe they can find a return kill here. No more net. Nah, ILTW should be able to get
Iceberg
out.
has no mana. He does have a Mango though, so he can always Mango Split.
Hooks him back in. Static Storm down. That's a problem. He's taking a lot of damage here. They summon some skeletons. He's going to be able to find that kill for the cost of a Chain Frost. And now they've also got themselves a Monkey King. General has Void back up in a second, and he is going to be able to throw it onto Biver. So they turn their attentions onto the Lich. They also bring a Crystallized Reaper Sight, finishes it off. While this is happening, Brood pushing mid. Still haven't done a ton of damage to the tower yet, though, as Crystallized takes down Biver eventually.
Young and leave a purulent corpse.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Broodmother finishing up that Orchid now. This mid lane is just so dangerous. There's really not much they can do to stop this Brood from just killing anyone who comes into the lane solo. They definitely need to have like people sitting behind each other now.
Yeah. Well, and Chen is sort of forced to go into their jungle because Phobos is taking over not only the mid lane,
Denny has to be careful. He might get
jungle.
Stun him.
Yeah, there's going to be the fissure, and he's in trouble. Does have stick charges as well, but leap. He gets it to the shrine. Okay, they have a ward here as well. They might be able to turn this back around. Trying to take down that Brood. Good jump away. They glimpse him back. DK Phobos in trouble and going to go down. That is huge. Seneko finds the kill, and now onto Kirito. FNG looking to get ran at as well. They have another Urn Charge back up in 3 seconds. A Void as well. If they want to fully commit to this, can they get him? They do. General running out, and looks like with that, he should be able to escape. Gets caught again. Still more damage. Trying to run away. The Chain Frost. He ends up living through it. Oh my God. Urn as well. Trying to get out.
He's gonna make it.
Oh my God. The great escape.
And they're gonna turn it around. They want to look for more again. General, he's healed up. Biver's gonna get caught.
General somehow makes a kill out of it. He has looked like the best player on Navi throughout these qualifiers.
General is an incredibly good player, I'm telling you. He's not just a bad rider. Oh. Right as we compliment him, he actually earns the wrong person.
Well, they might be able to find a kill on the Brood here. They spot him out. Seneko pulls it back in. Not enough mana for Static Storm. They still are going to have enough, I think.
Need it?
Maybe, possibly. They
got him.
Big
and
kills.
FMG isn't 6 yet. He's one or two creeps off.
That would have been big. Seneko's still getting scouted. They do have dust. Not on him. Yes, they do, actually. And he's going to go down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But once again, the Broodmother is going down. So I think with these couple of kills, I think Broodmother is now much more manageable. Like Disruptor now has the level 6, or sorry, it's level 9 now. So he has the higher level of Thunderstrike as well as the maxed out Glimpse and Static Storm. I think if you pretty much give everything to the or put everything on the Brood, she's gonna die pretty quickly.
Yeah. I think, I mean, if you look at the levels of Disruptor, he got the 2 kills on the Brood, if I'm not mistaken. So he's only 1 level behind the Brewmaster. It's pretty nuts how quickly he was able to get those levels up.
Yeah, and while all of this is happening, Crystallize is able to catch up to a pretty decent amount. Finishes his Force Staff, which is going to help his team a lot, as well as himself. Not having to work too much.
Dendi mid lane in some trouble. We'll have a lead back up in a second. We'll see. Not going to be able to make it happen. That was really close, though.
They have to be careful not to get isolated by this Orchid Brood right now.
Tier 1 tower, again, going to be assaulted, but they have the Frost Armor on already. I don't think that Viver is going to be able to stop this. Oh, is he dead? Yeah, he ends up going down. Pull back in 1, though. They've got Viver and going to throw out the Reapers on him. That's a kill. And they will be able to Force Staff away and I think get out of here. Monkey King's still chasing, but it's a hard one to take. Kinetic field down. Still slowed, still stunned. A second stun coming out, and he is going to drop in the mid lane. PK Phobos still not getting measurable damage onto the tower.
There's just so many explodes.
Yeah.
Once again, DK Phobos back in this mid lane, just never leaving this lane. This is pretty much his home now. Going to be going for a Blink Dagger next. Make sure that he's a little safer, doesn't get caught out. Yeah. Kind of surprised that they're sitting on their Brewmaster split, though. Guess they don't feel strong enough to fight yet, even with the Brew split.
And I'm wondering, as far as the itemization in this game, you look at what Navi is building towards, it feels like it's a little bit later stages. You know, a Chen Aghanims, Night Stalker is picking up the Handamitis, whereas on the other side for Spirit, it's like, you know, a Vlad's for Brewmaster. It really feels like Team Spirit want to end this game on the earlier side.
It's very difficult to end the game early against a lineup like Navi's, especially since they're not even ahead in net worth. So yeah. I think that option kind of goes out the window.
Well, Spiders again scouting. They jump forward. Mirana able to leap away. Good reaction time there as ILTW was looking, and this smoke is not going to bear fruit. They do get some really deep wards right now, Team Spirit. While the side lanes are just going to push out.
Is under attack.
Yeah, while all of this is happening, Roger, he's farming up a Storm on his Chen. He's a little over halfway, finishing his Scepter. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. And Team Spirit are all looking mid. They want to go if they get an opening onto Dendi, as he's trying to keep this tower from being sieged and taken down, but it's so hard to make it happen. And, all right, Static Storm the Spiderlings. Why not?
Got him.
And Mirana gets the deny as well.
That was like a 100 gold for the Static Storm. Maybe like 150.
I mean, you get what you can take, right? Why not?
It's funny seeing how Team Spirit just run away too after seeing that the ultimate has been committed. Not even looking for kills.
Yeah.
Man, look at this top lane. It's so problematic for Team Spirit.
FNG right now, they're going to walk forward and try and take him down. Echo Slam a little bit off the mark, but I think it's still going to be enough, as Dendi is going to be killed off, and it looks like they'll get out with the rest of them. Probably? Hadouken gets
They're getting blocked up by these spiders.
Kinetic field to save his life. That's also going to be a setback.
Commit.
Not bad. There's a lot of damage being dealt onto Roger right now. The chase is still there. They get the Orchid onto him, and looks like he is going to end up going down. Another Hadouken. They're actually out of mana right now, so they can't do it anymore. But they will kill off all of the Chen creeps here. At least most of them. There's one Centaur left.
Very good pick off by Team Spirit, and they did that without committing their Brew split. So they're sticking around. They know that they can still fight. Excellent. Since they still have one big ultimate. No Chain Frost or Echo, but maybe they can go for this tier 1.
Disruptor Seneko here is maybe just a bit too far out. He is going to be punished for that one quite heavily. And just a further realization that you actually can't walk outside your base up there right now. Navi say, we want to get the hell out of here. And so they're heading down to the south side. General maybe going to push out this lane a little bit further. But he also could be in trouble if he's not careful. There's no blink on Earthshaker, but a Fissure and Orchid kill him just as quickly.
They're kind of baiting Iceberg right now. Iceberg is indeed very tanky. I think Navi just wait for General to finish his scepter. He's pretty close to it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And once they have that kind of vision, you know, you don't have to worry about getting caught out by the Monkey King standing on top of you. Oh, top lane though.
Yeah, they're TPing into this one. They need to be a little bit careful. The Fissure is blocking off. Saneko's going to go for the long wraparound. There's the force step down to the low ground. Chain Frost not going to bounce all that much, but it doesn't actually end up hitting 3 times. But they do have Ghost Shroud as well as stick charges now. So the second he's alive, but not long enough. Now the lift up onto Dendi. It's all falling apart for Navi. They're going to be able to throw another boulder there. Dendi taking a lot of damage. Gets to the shrine. He's a liver for the moment. But is it going to last that much longer? They jump forward, find it again. There is just non-stop action. Team Spirit diving for this. FNG is going to end up going down, but he got the Echo off as well. Now they've got a lot of these Shard Golems that are going to be chasing them down, and Roger also going to fall, just killing them inside their own base. My God.
Team Spirit are insane. These guys are so aggressive.
I mean, it works, right? 2,700 gold swing.
I mean, that wasn't just like an only working. That was awesome. That was quite the thing to see there. That kind of dive coming out at 21 minutes, or 22 minutes even.
Well, I think it highlights the issues that Navi has right now, that if they have all of these creeps that can tank towers and, you know, Navi just don't have much damage right now. And Saneko keeps on getting, like, initiated on early. I think part of it also is no Static Storm that time. They are going to be able to move in now and find themselves Biver. A great Fissure, a great Boundless Strike. Up here to the north, though, they've been able to catch on to this Broodmother, and it looks like she is going to fall out of gold going into the coffers of Roger. General TPing out. They might have gone a bit too far now, but the Hand of God comes out. Crystallized with the Ghost Shroud. Oh my God, another great Fissure! FNG gonna end up going down. I don't think it's gonna end up mattering. They have another, they've caught themselves the Brew. Crystallized trying to run away now. He's getting a lot of regen from this. Another Fissure laid out from FNG. General silence, trying to chase. I think he is gonna end up dying, but it looks like they might be able to take down Biver before he fully gets out. Crystallize in general get him with the Urn Tick and the Heartstop Aurora. Now the chase further forward. The Shard Golem's chasing after FNG. Dendi again jumps away. Needs to get out of there before the Wukong's command takes him down. All of these Shard Golems and the Mud Golems maybe going to be able to get him if they can get another round. They pull him back in. Another glimpse. And that's going to be ILTW finally falling. So Team Spirit maybe dove a bit too deep there. There are like 4 Fissures in that whole fight though.
I'm not gonna lie, this is the kind of game I like watching because they just constantly fight. Both teams just want to keep fighting. They think they can fight, and they just consistently run at each other. This is the best kind of Dota to watch.
All right, what do we got? Roger has an Aghanim Scepter, so he's going to be able to pick up the Ancients now. Mirana's picked up a Yasha. Anything else that's really sticking out to you? Nightstalker, almost Ags?
I think that's probably the biggest one right now. Everything else, not so much. Look at Saneko. He just keeps using his ulti, farm spiders. And the worst part is he's only getting maybe like 30% of it.
Yeah.
Like, there's still 8 of them running around with less than 100 health.
I think the other big thing to keep in mind here is that last fight basically like broke the contain that was going on Navi's base. They couldn't leave before. They had wards that were all over the map, and they like fought around enough that they were able to actually make it out of their base, and now they can start to gain some semblance of map control.
Dire's bottom tower is
it's only for a very brief moment though that Team Spirit are kind of containing them again at this mid and top lane. Dendi is able to push out the bottom wave though. This is going to help them a lot, but for the most part, Team Spirit are pretty much always on Navi's side of the map.
And it still is the Broodmother, top of the net worth 13,000. building towards that BKB. Another nighttime. This might be FNG in a little bit of a pickle. If they can find him, they spot out Crystallize. He knows what's up. He needs to get the hell out of there. But the Eul Scepter lift up. Now they've got him contained. They're going to be able to find the silence and a quick kill. Very well done, Dendy. Do they find another? They've got themselves the Monkey King. He's stuck. They take down the tree and take down the MK.
Didn't happen.
All right, Team Spirit.
The dead of night.
Somehow this ends up working, and it makes more space for like Seneko to go out here, and he's going to throw out more damage onto the spiders. A ton of gold for him.
I think the big issue that this kind of playstyle has for Team Spirit is that FNG is pretty much never going to finish his blink at this rate. He is not really taking any time to farm, and he's like also not really winning these engagements, or it's part or there for the gold. So he's just stuck at having no money. And once again, mid lane.
There have been, I think, 4 static storms used on spiders now. This is the only way that they can stop the spiders, really. That's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, especially since, like, Dendy isn't picking up any of the AoE items. There's no Maelstrom, there's also no Aghanim Scepter, so not much AoE on the Mirana, and Necrophos is going to be going for that Radiance at least. So once the Necrophos has Radiance, that's actually a very good way to deal with the Spiderlings.
Well, honestly, the fact that Navi have been able to win these fights without really having Seneko ultimate all that much, because he's having to use it on Spiderlings, it's a testament that this game is probably going to start to look scary for Team Spirit if they don't sort of put something together now. Oh my god, he's going to do it again. No, he's just freaking him out, and he is going to die for it. Go Scepter, but yeah, to no avail.
He's probably just like, whatever. Doesn't really mind. General does have the Scepter now, and he's got that gem as well. So Monkey King not gonna have an easy time anymore. In fact, I might even consider him not actually. Oh, arrow. Connect on Brute.
Yep, they are gonna have better vision through this area right now. Dire, they do spot out a little bit, but they take down all the Spiderlings.
2 black dragons though.
That's pretty nifty. Oh, Bruce split. Now run away. Roger going to get caught. Force staff there, but he looks to be escaping, I think, unless they can get the lift up with that Storm Panda. There's the lift up instead onto Crystallize. Dangerous. Roger taking more damage, but not going to go down yet.
This is very dangerous for Team Spirit. That was their split.
Oh, and he's getting his Blink Dagger broken by the Mirana illusions. Iceberg's going to go down. They get the silence now under Mirana. BKB popped as well, but she's not going to die to this one. Now the jump away. Good static storm finally used on enemy heroes. And they end up making it work. BKB down for ILTW as well.
They still have vision. They're going to chase down everyone one by one.
Not a whole lot of answers here. They do have a Chain Frost from Lich if they want to throw it out, but they need to wait for the proper moment. Now they get the Reaper Sight looking for FNG. Can they get him? General might look for a stun there in a moment. Roger is bouncing back and forth between them, and it looks like it's not going to end up being enough to find any kills at all. Dendy takes his Manta Dodge, able to get himself the hell out. A double kill, keeping himself alive, and killing off Team Spirit.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
That was such a great engagement from Navi. This Aghanim Scepter Nightstalker putting in so much work. The teamfight just becomes so much easier for you when you have all that vision and you can see exactly where Team Spirit are. And the worst part about it for Team Spirit is that they don't even have Blink Daggers on the Earthshakers, so like even if there was no Aghanim Scepter, that fight looked very difficult for them.
Yeah. And now with Roshan taken, given over to Crystallize, a Radiance gonna be in the works and almost completed. Question starts to loom. What is Team Spirit's plan B? How do they finish out this game? How do they even start to take back an advantage? Because it's 7,000 net worth lead right now for Navi, and shooting up that direction for experience as well.
I'm really unsure at this point. You know, you actually had someone who can kind of make space for the rest of your team to catch up through DK Phobos Broodmother, but we're reaching that point where he's not as effective. He's kind of dropped into that team fighting Broodmother now, rather than I'm gonna pressure lanes, because that Necrophos is incredibly close to Radiance.
Oh, is it Just nice little send back there. The creeps brought to him. They weren't even able to finish off the Ancient Black Dragon. That's the power of those creeps, though. They push the lanes quite rapidly.
And now the tables have turned. Navi are pressuring the lanes, able to get themselves across the river now. No longer have to hide on their side of the map.
Yeah, and that's the power of Night Stalker, like you're saying. It's BKB almost completed for him. The Mask of Madness Monkey King not working out the way that they would have hoped. It looks like in general he is going to be silenced after he gets the Hunter and the Night off. So he will live through that. Ooh. Dendy? He hit the arrow onto the Brood, but...
Yeah, no one else around, no point of risking it. Fissure isn't going to connect. And FNG still about 1,300 away from his Blink Dagger.
So I'm wondering when it is. Like, I feel like Earthshaker just needs to go off and farm. Yeah, FNG is going to do that. The problem is he's still at like over 1,000 gold away from it, so it's going to take a while for him to get to that point. And do you expect that Navi are going to try and push the issue before that happens? Like, are they going to try and make stuff happen now since they know that he doesn't have Blink?
Oh, definitely. They're going to pressure him. I'm pretty sure they don't even care about the Earthshaker Blink at this point. You have General with Division, and they're going to apply the Brewmaster. Oh,
they don't have enough damage. Yeah, he's not going to end up dying. Oh my god, look at those. Echo Slam comes in. They're actually able to make this work, and Roger now taking a little bit of damage, sharing it with his creeps. Corrido dropping low as well. Can they make this happen? The Radiance Burn is far too much, and LTW just going to try and TP away. He will be able to make it happen. The combo of the Radiance Burn and the double Fireball, that's 190 damage per second with the Fireball when there's two of them laid on top of each other. I think it stacks. I could be wrong about that, actually.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
I think that's some of the trivia that's a little more difficult to actually know about, since not many people play Chen.
Yeah.
And more importantly, not many people end up reaching the scepter so that you can actually see it in action. But I mean, the damage over time is there now. You know, these spiderlings not an issue anymore. With that, they get one set of racks. This game looks very much in Navi's favor now. They can't even kill the Black Dragon. Roger doing a great job at saving his Black Dragons.
Man, that change to Chen, I don't remember how many patches ago it was, but I think it was like 6.82 or something. Makes it such a great split pusher. And Navi taking full advantage. They take a whole lane of racks up top and then take the tier 3 down bottom. And now it's really starting to feel even more as if the game is just completely in their control. 16,000 net worth swing. And this in just under 10 minutes.
Yeah, just look at how much farm everyone has all of a sudden on Navi. It's like the top 5 net worth, all of them on Navi's side except for our DK Phobos being at top. Yeah. But he's just a lone broodmother. You can't expect him to do all the work.
For sure. And, well, it's a BKB done for the Night Stalker now. One in the works for Dendy. Also have a Shiva's Guard that's going to be ready, or at least the plate mail that will be done for Crystallize once the Aegis ends up wearing off. Still 30 seconds before that ends up happening.
It must be like the most frustrating thing ever to play heroes like Brewmaster as well as Earthshaker against the Night Stalker with Ags. It's just so difficult to find your way into these team fights. Oh. Then one nice thing that Iceberg has is he has a BKB, so he's not going to be the target anymore. I don't really see any way they can burst him down before he ulties, with the exception of him getting Reaper Sight beforehand, but he should be pretty safe to go into these fights now. But FNG still doesn't have the Blink Dagger, and
it's 34 minutes in the game.
The thing is, even if he does get it, it doesn't really guarantee his ability to contribute to these team fights.
All right, BKB up for Marana. And potentially the beginning of the Ruination. They caught ILTW. He is going to die now, and no way out of that one. General finishes him off. So far today, General has scoreline, I don't know assists, but it's like 21 or like 23 and 3 or something crazy like that. He's had a ridiculous KDA.
Yep, for sure. I think that's kind of like Navi's playstyle right now as well. They really want General to be their early game playmaker, so they always give him a lot of resources to work with instead of just like leaving him alone and hoping that he can manage to catch up later or get stuff done on his own.
20 seconds until nighttime right now. That being said, with the Aegis gone a couple of minutes ago, it is starting to feel more and more now as if, even without that Aegis, they can kind of do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, that is most certainly how it feels right now. And Dendi, he finishes the BKB as well, so this Mirana sitting at in a really good spot when it comes to just dishing out the right clicks.
Crystallize, getting closer and closer to it. We've got more Ancients up and online now. Not to mention this Frenzy on the Ancient Thunderhide, giving that extra 75 bonus attack speed. Echo Slam mid, they found an opening. Is it gonna be enough though? I think that they do. They burn through. Crystallize, 800 gold going their way. Dendi forced the BKB, try and leap away. They're still chasing though, they've got eyes on him. Do they have detection? Not as of yet. Static Storm down, another BKB pop for General. They're trying to turn and fight. LTW, his is almost worn off as well. But do they have damage without that Night Stalker? Oh my god, Roger. He's got the menagerie with them, and they've caught Phobos now. And if they can manage to bring him down, no, maybe this isn't going to end up working out. They get the Wukong's command. DK Phobos dodges the arrow just barely. They're chasing out Roger. The blink forward by the Brood turns to fight. He summons his creeps and turns around and kills him off. Surprise! Got some buddies on my side here. He is going to end up taking some more damage and eventually be brought down. But
yeah, I think he's all right with that.
You man up against the Brood and you win. That's a win in my book.
They're going to find more here. Oh, the glimpse.
They caught LTW. The fireball is actually absurd. And buyback from the Brood. They need it now more than ever. The final tally is going to end up being, now, still probably into the favor of Team Spirit, but it's this structural damage that's going on now that's the bigger issue.
No Echo. They do have a Fissure coming out momentarily. Gonna connect. They can kill General. That's a huge kill, but can they kill him is the problem.
Looking for that opening. They want it so badly. General is gonna end up falling.
Where's that gem? They pick up the gem. That's a huge kill. But is it gonna be enough? He's gonna buy back. They want to end this right now. They're going in.
Tired of it. They've had enough of your shenanigans. Navi with the triple arrow. Can they kill him off? Is he gonna end up going down? Looks like Crystallize still chasing. There's the diffuser blade. He's out of there. No buyback on Monkey King. A minute, 2 minutes down. And it looks like this is about it.
Roger.
Dire structures are fortified.
Roger is back as well. This is potentially the final engagement. They do have Echo.
Jump forward. Iceberg pops his ulti, but the Yule Scepter lift up. General turns to fight. He gets another lift up now onto the Necro. They're going to pop the ulti, but there's still the gem. I believe that one was left on the Brew, and General manning up, trying to take down Phobos. He is doing a lot of damage there, but not quite enough.
Middle tower has fallen.
Glimpse back in. Found Phobos. Good really boy. Echo! They turn it. They find the kill. And that's actually going to be not insignificant. General needs to get the hell out of there. All right, Gem is actually on General. Chain Frost only bounces once. Crystallize with the Radiance Burn. It looks like it's going to be enough there as well. They take down the Brewmaster. Gem on the ground. 4 heroes still there. They don't have the Monkey King for 85 seconds.
And looks like they're just going to call it. They're not going to push themselves further. General's trying to find DK Phobos. He's going to find him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. His team needs to come help him immediately. Are they going to make it there in time? Fissure comes out. Frost Armor comes out. Looks like he's fine.
Okay, Crystallize still there with the Radiance. They're not. Look at Roger. Roger is not afraid at all. He's just running at him. They throw down the double fireball. It actually is going to force Team Spirit back. He's gotten confidence since he killed that Brood.
I mean, I definitely like that play. He had vision of him, so he wanted to go in there and then hit him with the Tesla face. Because pure damage, so there's a chance that it does enough damage to kill him off. So DK Phobos forced to use the BKB, not to take any chances.
And Navi really and truly are in the lead now, and I'm still feeling like, you know, there's an opportunity, a way in which if like they, completely throw away their advantage, then this game ends up going their way, but it's really tough. And buyback status, none left for the Dire.
Hey, anything can happen, no matter how grim it looks. Because if there's a game I'll always point people towards for comebacks, there was one game that me and Lumi casted there where it was a Chinese game, and one of the teams, it was CDEC, was up 40,000 gold, and they threw the game.
I thought that was you and me. What are you talking about? God damn, man. You're just replacing me with Lumi? Oh, I can't believe it.
Sorry. My bad. You're all the same to me. Lyrical, Lumi, same thing.
Oh, no. All right, well, 37 to 27. ILTW up on the high ground. They made it out. Okay. The glimpse back in now, turning it back around, trying to bring him down. Force staff to keep him alive. DK Phobos turns to fight. Crystallize up in the air for the moment by himself. Now, can they make this play happen? Maybe Team Spirit recognizing that the Aegis carrier is not the one they want to go on. They're starting to bring down the last of the pandas. But you should be able to get the blink out now for Iceberg. Nope, there's the glimpse back in. They pull him in. Echo!
Oh, what an Echo.
4. They destroy him. Maybe going to be able to find some more hand. The God does come out, though. Roger saving the day yet again. Carito starting to fall as well. He is taking a ton of damage, but going to live through this one. They turn it back around, and now they got the Monkey King. It was looking good for a second, but only a second. As Navi...
I think that's it. They're out of steam. There's no Echo anymore. There's no split. Nor is there a chain plot. But they're not giving up. They're going to go back in. Is it going to be enough?
They take down Roger. But, again, the most Pyrrhic of victories is GG eventually going to be called Navi. Take game number 1 of this best of 3. And 1 game away from securing themselves the first minor of the 2017-2018 season.
Oh, man. I can see why people like watching Navi at the start of every season, right? It's like ever since they had a good run, TI1, TI2, TI3, and then ever since then they've kind of like declined ever since then, right? And every season people secretly want them to do well, so they always tune in to see if they're gonna make it. So we might be seeing the initial, Navi is back potentially with this next game.
I'm sure that people are saying it, but the question is it actually going to be true, and can they finish this off? Because, there's been games where they've looked really good and they started off a series strong, and then, you think back to that last series against Spirit. I think that they won game number 1, and then they ended up losing the next 2 afterwards, if I'm not mistaken. So they need to make sure that they keep up the momentum. And likewise for Team Spirit, I'm wondering if they have a new answer once all their heroes are banned out, because the first 2 bans were Nature's Prophet and Io, which were 2 of the heroes that Team Spirit was using throughout the qualifiers to secure them the win. I think that was what also they beat Navi with. Do you think that we're going to see Navi continue to ban them out?
I'm going to go ahead and say yes. You're up 1 game. You might as well stick with, what you won you the first game. I'm pretty sure Navi are going to change their draft, though. I think they play pretty well whenever they just change their entire lineup. They're the kind of team that to me feels like they don't like sitting on the same type of strategy. They like to move around. They're very fidgety.
For sure. All right, well, we'll see if their fidgetitiveness can pull it through in game number 2. We'll be back in just a few, everybody. It's the grand finals for the Starladder I-League Season 3. Lyrical, I almost said Lyrical and Lumi. Lyrical and Aosin, your 2 casters for this one. If you can replace me, I can replace you too. God damn it. We'll see you guys in a few for game number 2.